Mo, me, show mo.
Meares.
Week 5 is here.
It is here.
What are you wearing?
I
What are you wearing?
I have a theory this week. I suck so bad at making picks
2-11.
that I'm doing the opposite. I'm doing the Costanza. I'm doing the opposite of everything that I could possibly pick.
2-11.
Well, if I would have done the opposite last week, I would have been 11-2. So this week, I'm just going against every notion, every idea in my head. And I'm going exact. So that's why I got the Redskins jersey. It's
if every life decision I ever made, it worked out, I'd be successful. What does that mean?
Well, you'll see, because I'm going to go 11-2 this week.
All right, you're going to do 2 games.
Yes.
Then we're going to rapid fire the rest of the stuff. We're going to do a comment of the week. We're going to do some fantasy stuff, which I took a big hit last week, and I have a protest. It's not a red flag, but I have a protest. We'll get into that. First game we're going to do is the game I chose.
Yes.
It's 2 3-1 teams.
Yeah, it's surprising.
And I said last week, out of the Buffalo Houston game, that would be the weakest 3-1 team in the league. And if Dallas had been 3-1, and you told me that last week, I'd be like, they'd be the second weakest 3-1 team. Not the case.
No, they're good.
Dallas looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Now, the league is upside down every time we think we're going to do something, obviously, with a 2-11 record. But Dallas is getting 6 points at home.
Mm-hmm.
I got to think that they're going to win this game by more than 6.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I said last week, by the way, with our bad picks, me being 5-8 and you being 2-11, I did tell our viewers to take a bye week.
You did?
I didn't like any of those.
I agree.
Any of those picks. So it's not our fault. We said don't bother.
Exactly.
This week, bother, because I know Dallas is going to win by 12.
All right, so I agree with you. I think Dallas is going to kill Houston. I don't think Houston is a 3-1 team. I think that they got lucky to be 3-1. With that said, taking Houston, give me the points.
Second game we're going to do is obviously your game.
Yep, I have selected the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Gillette Stadium to face off the New England Patriots.
We almost have to.
You have to.
You have to.
The Cincinnati is one of only 2 undefeated teams left, and they are a 1-point favorite on the road. Little known fact, New England hasn't been a home dog in over 10 years.
Well, they earned it.
Yes, they did. Now, this, obviously, after the goose egg, just the horrendous showing they put up in Kansas City, there is no way that New England is going to beat the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. I don't care what's going on. It's just awful in New England right now. They have no defense, no offense. Brady's pissed. It's a disaster. I'll take New England with the point.
They might as well play this game in Missouri, because this is the ultimate show me game for all the bullshit that you hear on all the major networks, about how New England will ultimately always do whatever the fuck, that was a lot of money, whatever they want to do, and they'll always work everything out. If they lose this game in the manner in which they lost in Kansas City, this is how bad that network is. John Gruden, the expert that won't take any job because he'll realize that he's no longer an expert because he was a sham of a coach in the first place. I'll give a shit that you woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Said that the reason New England is performing poorly is because of the collective bargaining agreement, and it cut their practices in half. They're the only fucking team in the world that had their practices cut in half. That is what you're talking about, really? I got Cincinnati to win this. And if New England shows up and is a different team, then I will give some credence to New England. But what you watch on TV, as far as New England goes, is just the biggest suck job of all time. It's the worst thing I've ever watched in my life. They're bad. Mark it down. Now it's time for Rapid Fire, where I'm going to actually pick every game, because you informed me that I don't actually say who's going to win sometimes.
You do not.
I'm vague, but I'm still 5-8.
Yeah.
Which killed you.
Still killed me.
Killed you.
So we've got Thursday night game, Minnesota traveling to Green Bay. Green Bay is an 8.5 point favorite at home. Aaron Rodgers told everybody to relax. They relaxed, and they came out and scored 1 billion points.
It's because Aaron Rodgers played against me in fantasy last week, and I got smoked.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only thing that really revolves around. And with the way Teddy Bridgewater played last week, I would say Minnesota had a chance in this game. But I don't buy the fact that you can recover from a serious ankle injury. And what else do they have behind that? I think I got to take Green Bay with whatever the line was.
8.5.
Yeah, that's why it's 8.5. You got to go with Green Bay. I don't think even if he plays, he's going to be 100%. Corduroy Patterson, cut this week. I'm cutting him. I don't know what he was wearing. He was wearing a dinosaur tail. Like he has his hair out, but then he wrapped it in like duct tape. And he got 2 catches. Done. Off my team. I
think Green Bay is also going to win this game by a lot, so that means I'm taking Minnesota with the 8.5. Chicago traveling to Carolina. Carolina 2.5-point favorite at home.
What's Carolina? I don't know. They got to win something eventually.
They're 2-2 now.
Who are they playing?
Chicago.
Chicago. Oh, Chicago. No, I'm taking Carolina. Chicago's awful. I want to have a coin flip game, but that's not.
I think Carolina plays a better game this week than they have the last 2 weeks, and they definitely win. With that said, I'm taking Chicago with plus 2.5. Cleveland traveling to Tennessee. Tennessee somehow a 2-point favorite. It's the only team that'll be fair to get.
I like Cleveland this year to do a little something to make it exciting to get to 500. I mean, they're not going to be a playoff team, I don't think.
Right.
But I like Hoyer. I think he's got that little bit extra. I got them to win, so that covers too.
You know how I feel about teams coming off a bye. I think that they are unbeatable. So Cleveland is getting 2. I'll take Tennessee -2. St. Louis traveling to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a 7-point favorite at home.
Philadelphia 7-point favorite at home.
At home.
I got to take that. Who's St. Louis still have? I mean, we gotta deal with the flaws that the Eagles have. I mean, when you look at Dallas last week and you look at Eagles last week, I'm not talking about whether the fact that the Eagles lost versus Dallas winning. You're looking at the matchups, and those two teams coming down to matchups. I got to take the Eagles this week to cover 7, but I'm doubting they're going to win the East.
The Eagles have a horrendous offensive line with 3 rookies starting last week.
It's not horrendous. It's just damaged.
Because it's damaged.
If it was your starting 5 and they sucked, then
correct.
one thing.
You're right.
This is piecemeal.
Very hurt and very bad. Nick Foles. I'm on board. Nick Foles is a quarterback, but he is playing so bad.
He might be the toughest one. What?
He's playing so bad. How about this stat? Underthrows, overthrows. He leads every quarterback in underthrows and overthrows this year.
Okay, well,
second's Tom Brady.
You're the stats guy. I'm second to Tom Brady, right?
No, second is Tom Brady. He's the first.
Oh, okay.
Tom Brady's right underneath him. He's not hitting his receivers in stride. These deep balls he's throwing, he's overthrowing them, he's underthrowing them. He's not. He doesn't look comfortable like he did last year.
They're 3-1.
Right.
Pump the brakes.
Wait.
LaShawn McCoy is rushing for 6 yards a game.
Exactly. So my other 2 points are going to be LaShawn McCoy's averaging 2.1 yards per carry, and the Eagles are 3-1. But the combined record of teams they beat are 3-9, and 2 of those wins were against Jacksonville, and one of them was, and then the Eagles beat Jacksonville. So the 2 teams they beat, 2 other teams they beat, one of their wins is Jacksonville.
Well, it's starting to sort itself out.
So I don't know if the Eagles are good or not at this point.
Well, we had a benefit that they were in a shitty division, and all of a sudden it's like, well, who knows what the Giants are, but then Dallas all of a sudden looks like world beater. So
my first thought on this is that St. Louis definitely covers the 7 points, so I'm taking Philly -7.
You're on your way to 2-11.
All right, Atlanta going to the Giants, and the Giants are favored by 4.
Here's my coin flip game, because who the hell are the Atlanta Falcons?
I have no idea. Different team on the road than at home.
56-0?
Yeah, at home.
Yeah, okay.
And then lose to Minnesota away.
I'll take Atlanta if it's heads. Nope. What's the other team?
Giants.
Oh, I got it. I said I'd never pick the Giants. Coin flip, it's okay.
Atlanta is absolutely horrendous on the road. There's no way they cover the 4, or they cover getting 4. So I'll take them. I'll take Atlanta +4. Tampa Bay traveling to New Orleans. New Orleans a 10.5-point favorite at home as a 1-3 team.
Jesus, Tampa. Tampa loses 56-0 because I don't want to hear about those 14 points, and they come back and beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I
have no idea what's going on in the league this year.
I won't take 2. What is that? Double-digit spreads. Correct. I've always said that. I got to take Tampa in this because New Orleans is disgusting.
Yes.
There isn't a team in Canada that won't score 30 against them.
Correct.
And there's no team in the NFL in Canada. Except Buffalo once a year. I said it right. Yeah. I said what I'm picking.
You said you're taking New Orleans -10.5.
I always do.
I hate taking lines there at 10.5. I honestly believe that Tampa's going to cover, so that means I'm going to take New Orleans -10.5. Buffalo traveling to Detroit. Detroit is a 7-point favorite at home.
Buffalo? Oh, wait. No, we solved the puzzle. We solved the puzzle. Kyle Orton, who threw for 6 yards against the Eagles in the decider. The decider last year. We're bringing him in to right the ship because Brady looks like shit. And now everybody in the East is like, oh, we could have won this division if we had done any work in the last 5 years. I'm not taking Buffalo for anything, so I'm taking the other team.
Detroit -7.
Detroit -7. Clearly stated.
I think Detroit is the better team in this. Although I did think my first inclination was Buffalo could cover 7 points, so I'll have to take Detroit -7. Baltimore traveling to Indianapolis, another good game this week.
That's a good game.
Indy is a 3.5-point favorite at home. Indy coming off back-to-back good.
I think Baltimore's a more complete team at this point.
I might agree with you.
And I think I'm going to have to take them because this is that year where last year Flacco was coming off the Super Bowl. He got paid. Skip Bayless and ESPN wants to hate him. So now you got to put all the focus on him. I haven't heard. I mean, all you need to do to get the focus off you is take your star running back and punch a bitch in the face. Ain't nobody talking about Joe Flacco. Right. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, are they a good team? Because they might be.
Steve Smith's doing some good stuff in Baltimore.
I got to pay for punch a bitch in the face, but it's what he did.
I like.
It's what he did. It's not put well, but it's what he did.
I like Baltimore.
Take a Baltimore.
I got you. I like Baltimore with the points also, so that means I'm taking Indianapolis -3.5.
If you pick the same and be like, you can't catch up in 1 week, dude.
No, I'm just taking the opposite of what I think. Pittsburgh traveling to Jacksonville. Pittsburgh is only a 6.5 point
Pittsburgh
on the road.
I don't give a shit. Jacksonville, Chad Henne, Blake Bortles, whatever you want to do, just go to London, man. Just do it. I mean, we put Miami. We missed this last week.
Yes, we did.
But are we trying to sell the NFL to Europe, or are we just trying to say that this is how ridiculous our league is? Last year, Jacksonville went. I forget who they played. And then you got Miami and Oakland, and Miami wins by like 62. The quarterback's on the verge of getting benched. Jacksonville, go to London, go 0-16, get whatever you can get in Euro money, and just be done with it.
Jacksonville's yet to cover a game.
Doesn't matter.
No,
how can you?
So they're yet to cover.
It's never a 30-point spread.
So my head tells me to take Pittsburgh -6.5, so that means I'm taking Jacksonville with the 6.5 points. So I got Jacksonville. Arizona traveling to Denver. Denver a 7-point favorite. Arizona is the undefeated team in this matchup.
Yeah, Denver. This is a slaughter game. This is an absolute slaughter game.
I agree. Denver's coming off their bye.
They're coming off their bye, and
isn't Arizona coming off their bye too?
Let's not get it twisted.
They are both coming off their byes.
Drew Stanton may have played well against some teams that weren't Denver,
right?
And not at Denver, and not with Denver coming off. Now Arizona's coming off the bye too. That's fine, but I mean this is ripe for 40. This is ripe for Peyton Manning to come out and have everybody start talking about him and like, ooh, look at him and look at Tom Brady. Ooh.
100% agree. I think Denver covers easily, so I'll take Arizona +7. Kansas City traveling to San Francisco. San Francisco is 6-point favorite at home after Kansas City's whooping on New England.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to the fact that Oakland in New England covered the week before, almost had New England in overtime if it weren't for a late turnover. I think New England, whether it's a collective bargaining agreement or not, is playing that bad. I think the slaughter in Kansas City was just something that happens. Like, baseball's coming the next night. Best baseball game I've ever seen in my life, by the way, that I watched. I told you I'd work that in. I don't buy Kansas City on the road. I got to take San Francisco to win that by 10, so you do the opposite of what everything.
I think San Francisco wins the game. I didn't think they were going to cover, though, so I will take them to cover. I'll take San Francisco -6. The Jets traveling.
11-2 with this theory.
The Jets are traveling to San Diego. San Diego is a 6.5-point favorite at home.
We did this thing a couple years ago where we had an outtake. Yeah, we had an outtake where I was saying about the jet stream in San Diego. I'm going to be honest with you. I said last week society has hung on to Rex Ryan too long. It's beyond society at this point. I mean, the two Ryan brothers need to go to Canada or start a team in Europe in Jacksonville. Do something other than what you're doing, because whatever you're doing, it is awful. You come out this week and say that you are not capable of changing a quarterback in the middle of the game. It's up to your owner to do. I mean, what on earth is going? Yeah, what is that? Not true.
Throw the flag on that one. No,
I'll throw the flag on that one. But what's your backup? I mean, your backup is an older Geno Smith.
Right, exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're not bringing in a pocket passer that's going to do anything. Michael Vick is not your answer.
Right.
So, welcome to the playoffs, 7-9 New England. Way to go.
Who are you taking in the game?
Oh, that's what I do all the time.
Yeah.
I am taking San Diego. That was the outtake.
I think the Jets are absolutely horrendous. I don't see any way that San Diego doesn't cover this game, so hence I'll take the Jets with the points. Final game Monday night, Seattle going across the country to Washington, coming off their bye. Seattle's a 7-point favorite on the road.
I'm gonna go against my gut on this one, but since you've done it the entire time, I think Seattle handily wins this game, but I think Kirk Cousins has been so criticized. He's going to be the quarterback, right?
Correct.
Okay. I think somehow, some way they cover. They don't win, but I think somehow, some way this ends up being like a 33-28 type game where it's a late touchdown and the cover happens, but it will never actually be a game because Washington is that bad. In your awning of a jersey.
Yeah, as I'm wearing the jersey. I honestly don't think Washington's going to score a point. I think Seattle's going to win 42-0, or maybe 42-2. Maybe Washington get a safety. So with that said, I'm taking Washington +7. Right. So let's go into fantasy.
Now it's time for fantasy. Again, throw in a protest flag.
No protests.
Midweek, Calvin Johnson was iffy, and I called Mr. Awning of a Redskins jersey.
And I told you he was playing.
Can I call an Omaha, even though that's not their audible, but that's what you call it, the line of scrimmage. And he comes back with, no, he's 100%. 2 for 12 because he was running at 70%.
I thought he was...
I lose the lead on that?
I don't care. He was playing so much so that I put him in my FanDuel lineup. So, you know what? You lost 32-3, and now you're down 19 points. Yes, you're down 19 points. So this week... I'll go first. I'm taking my defense.
Ooh.
Getting my defense out of the way, and I'm going with the Seattle defense because I don't think that Washington's going to score.
All right, well, why don't you do the opposite and take Washington's defense?
I probably should, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
This time I'm doing.
We're not doing opposite in this segment because I took the lead.
I've been doing good.
I'm not getting slaughtered.
I've been winning money and shit.
I'm taking Giovanni Bernard because I think New England's going to get lit up, and that's how that's going to work. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to win all aspects of this show so that I don't get my balls busted anymore.
All right, yeah, because you are killing me in picks.
All pennies.
Comment. This video is not nominated for a Geo Nose Award for Best Prognosticator. Hashtag don't give up your day jobs. Yes, it was the worst week of picking games in my life in the history of doing Mo and Meares show. In 7 years, I've never done that bad.
And I gave up my day job for it. So that's week 5. Up next, week 6. That's how that works.
And now that I did the Costanza, I'm expecting to go like at least 500 this week.
I don't know what I'm going to do because apparently I had to pick every game for the first time. And when you ask me what I picked, I'm not going to know because I just do coin flips.
Well, you had a 4-game lead on me and you beat me by 4. So you have an 8-game lead on me right now.
Maybe I picked all the hurt teams.
That's a lead that's going to be almost impossible to overcome.
Oh, shit. But leave comments, for Christ's sake.
Yes, please.